All right, welcome back to another one of our film reviews. Today we are talking Green Bay Packers rookie offensive lineman Anthony Belton. Belton filling in at right guard for the Packers. They got some injuries up front, and the rookie stepped up. It wasn't perfect against the Lions, but he more than held his own. In fact, he had a really solid day. We'll break down everything he did so well, as always, in the comment section below. Give us any feedback you might have. If you're a fan of these film reviews and want to help support us so we can do more of them, become a member of our channel. It's a big help to us. But without further ado, let's jump right into the film. All right, let's get started with some pass protection. There's Belton right there at right guard for the Green Bay Packers. So the play side of this protection on this particular play is going to be these three guys over here. They're all going to take the gap to their left. Left tackle's going to take this gap. Left guard's taking this gap, and the center's taking this gap, which means we're man-on-man on the backside. Belton man-on-man right there. Right tackle man-on-man right there. Now, this is a tough situation for Belton because this defensive lineman, he's a one technique right there lined up on the outside shoulder of the center, and he's got a three-way go. He can either go inside straight at the quarterback. He can either work through Belton or he can try and loop all the way around and try and get to the quarterback. Belton does a really good job squaring him up, and as this defensive tackle tries to go straight to the quarterback, he washes him away from Jordan Love, gives the quarterback time. Let's check it out. There's a snap. Blitz comes. Good protection. Tries to find the open man. Can't quite complete it. All right, let's look at Belton here. Break down his technique. Or he's going to cover up the one technique. Right there, does a good job. I like him to work over a little bit. You see how he still gives up the inside in 98 for Detroit, now tries to take it. But here you go. Run your feet, young man. Run your feet. Finish the play. Nice work. You know, it's not perfect for Belton. Technically, his initial steps aren't the best. That's probably his biggest flaw. He tries to go over and cover up the one technique right there, right? You see how he tries to square him up, but he needs to go over more and needs to work over more with more authority. But his finish and his effort is outstanding, right? You can see him run his feet right there and just become a football player. That's one of the reasons why I think the Packers still like him, is because even though his technique is flawed, even though his footwork at the snap is not perfect, far from it, he's a football player. He finishes, he does everything he can, he plays with a little bit of an attitude. Got a long way to go, of course, for this young rookie, but big play here on third down, giving his quarterback a chance. Nice rep from 71. All right, for the wide copy, get a really good look at Belton right there at right guard. We're going to get motion across the formation. Pre-snap, there's a snap. Defensive tackle tries to take the inside route, and Belton runs his feet and buries him into the ground. One of these things these defensive linemen try to do is get pressure right in the quarterback's face. You can see Jordan Love is set up basically right on the hash mark. Where does Belton drive this guy into the dirt? Right, let's track this all the way down. Right here. A little bit to the left of the hash mark. So not perfect, but still not close enough to interfere with Jordan Love. And you can see number 10, smart player, just drifts a little bit to his right, fires it over the field, can't quite complete the football. Man, it's right there. Ooh, good defensive play. They ended up getting it on fourth down, so all's well that ends well. But good job here by Belton. Again, running his feet, staying with the block. Not great initially, but his finish, A+. All right, let's go with some running game now. And there's Belton right there, number 71, of course, at right guard for the Packers today. We're going to get a standard inside zone concept. We're going to get some pre-snap motion in this direction, try and get some flow from the linebackers and safeties. But it's going to be a normal inside zone, working to the right side of your screen, the offensive left, running back taking the handoff and working this direction. Now you can see the Green Bay Packers, they got a lot of bodies over there on that side of the field. And the Lions, correspondingly, got a lot of bodies over there as well. They got a lot of people. You can see a lot of people. So this is almost a design cutback, because what you're going to get is all of these guys taking their zone tracks this way, the running back taking the handoff, and he's going to try and work back here, which means the backside scoops over here between the right tackle and Belton are going to be really important. So we've got a three technique right here. Belton's got to hang with him a minute to allow Tom to get over to take him over. Then he's going to work over the linebacker. Belton does a great job denting 34 inside, opening up a big cutback lane. Let's check it out. There's motion. There's a snap. There's a handoff. There's a cutback. Decent little run. Hutchinson makes a play. I tell you what, if Jacobs right here with authority just attacks behind Belton, they crease this sucker. Now, I don't blame Josh Jacobs here, because, you see number 91. You're trying to see, well, do I cut back all the way? Is Hutchinson going to actually flow down the line of scrimmage? It's a tough deal, right? I'm not blaming the running back. Of course, he's a good player. But let's watch 71. Wide scoop technique. Gives a little bit of help on Tyleik Williams, the three technique for the Lions right there. Then works on 34 and washes him down. Nicely done. Look at this hole, guys. I'm just going to freeze frame it. Look at this crease. This is awesome. The play sign does a good job getting hats on hats. They dent the defense right there. The cutback is there. Josh Jacobs just doesn't quite see it. If he hits it north and south right now and trust Anthony Belton, this could be a touchdown. One-on-one with the safety for 6 points. Really well blocked. Nice job by 71, opening up the hole. All right, for the wide copy, you can see Belton right there at right guard. We're going to get the pre-snap motion. There's the handoff. Decent little play, but could have been a lot more. I want you guys to watch this from the wide copy here. Look at this hole. Right there. Right down in between the hashes. I mean, there is And Josh Jacobs sees it right there, but he's just a beat late. He hesitates, right? If he just hits it right now full speed, it's 1-on-1 with 32 for a touchdown. I mean, they got this blocked perfectly from the Packers' perspective, and the key block is Belton. Again, hangs with 91 just a little bit to help Tom get over to take him over there. Great job by the right tackle. Belton, though, gets up to the linebacker and just throws him down, gets that movement. This is the crease, guys. And again, is it perfect from Belton? Technically, no. There's things to work on. But in terms of the result, A+ once again from the young offensive lineman. All right, going with more pass protection, there's Anthony Belton right there at right guard for the Green Bay Packers. This time the play side of the protection is going to be these three guys, and they're all going to take the gap to their right. So you can see Tom's going to take the gap to his right, Belton the gap to his right, center gap to his right, right here. And what's going to happen is Belton gets into his gap. This defensive lineman is going to work down inside, and he's going to hand him off to the center. Then he tries to work back to his gap, and he sees Hutchinson working around the hump right here, and he does everything he can to just force 97 a little bit wider, gives Jordan Love just enough space to deliver a big-time throw. Let's check it out. A little pre-snap motion. There's a snap. Protection. Love drifts. Beautiful throw. Big conversion. All right, let's break this down from the right side of the offensive line. So Belton gets into his pass set. Defensive line goes to his left. So he hands him off to the center. Nicely done. And then he works back. So he hands him off to the center. Good job. Immediately, eyes go to the right. Nice. He sees Hutchinson go around, and he sees Zach Tom get beat to the outside. Now, number 50, this is what you don't want to have happen because you got inside help. You got Belton there to help you. He can't get beat to the outside, and he does. That's not great. But here's what I love about 71. Becomes a football player. Goes the extra mile. Just gives one little shove. You can see it right there at the bottom of your screen. Just barely. Right there. One little shove. Winds out Hutchinson just a hair. It's the little things. Right? If you don't wind out Hutchinson, does he pressure Jordan Love? Does Jordan Love feel him? Does he not feel confident in the throw? Do they not get this conversion? Do they not win the football game? Right? These are all things. These games between these good teams come down to, 4, 5, 6 key plays. Obviously, we saw the big fourth downs for the Packers. This was one of those big plays in the game. And here we go. Little things. Belton doing his job. Now going the extra effort right there. Gives Jordan Love just enough time to deliver the football. All right, for the wide copy, get a really good look at Belton right here in the middle of your screen. So he's going to hand off the defensive tackle there, then works wide, and gives just enough. Again, is it a highlight film kind of play? No, but it's the little things, guys, right there. Looks like Hutchinson could get a sack fumble on Jordan Love. One little shove. That's it. The tiniest little shove right there, guys. That may be the difference right there. You see how Hutchinson, look how close that is to the football. We're talking maybe 1 or 2 feet. And that's 1 or 2 feet of effort from Belton. Again, that's not his guy. That's not his gap. It's extra effort here for number 71, and it played a big role in the Packers' win. All right, going back to the running game, and there's Belton right there at right guard for the Packers. And this is going to be a downhill, just gap concept. We're going to get a double team here, working up to linebacker, double team right here, working up to linebacker, tight end, base blocking out right there. And you can see we're just going to run downhill, and you can see exactly where they want to run, right in the middle of the field, right up the hash. Now, the key blocks are obviously going to be the double teams. They got to get good movement at the point of attack, but almost as importantly, they got to get up to the linebackers because these guys right here, obviously 34 for Detroit and 46, they're the guys that can fill right here and blow up this play. I want you guys to watch Belton here. He does a good job on the double team, squaring up the defensive tackle, and then just getting up to the next level, and that helps open up a big crease. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. We get the double team. Again, not perfect from Belton. He's a little high. The center gets over. See how the center's at an angle and Belton's kind of square? I like Belton more than the center. You don't want to be too turned at an angle right here. You want to try and stay square if you're the center. But the center does a good job running his feet and just finishing the play. That's good from him. Getting the defender in the ground, getting a little bit of horizontal movement. Helps open up the hole. Nicely down there. But Belton, again, little thing. Helps the center, gets up on the linebacker. That's all you need. Right? Hats on inside gap concepts. You can see right here on the other side line of scrimmage. This double team on 91. It's not great, but they just get up to the linebacker just for a second, and it opens up a huge hole. These linebackers, if you just get up to them, if you just give them a blow to the face mask, if you just pop them just for a second, as good as a running game that the Packers can have with Jacobs, that's all they need. And that's what we got from Belton here. Again, is it perfect? Absolutely not. Is that a highlight film? No. But is it enough to win? Absolutely. Nice job across the board. All right, for the wide copy, get a good look at it. You see double team? Not great movement, but they get hats on hats. Right, let's go at the snap right here. Again, it's an inside run. Boom, boom, right? Hats. On the linebackers, a big hole down the heart of the defense. Because again, the Detroit Lions, they've invested a lot in these interior defensive linemen, right? First round picks and money, right? They're saying, listen, we're going to put a lot of capital into these guys in the interior so that our linebackers run free. The Green Bay Packers do a good job, again, just getting up to those guys, making sure they don't run free. And that's how you get a big run right down the heart of the defense, just like this. If you look at the line of scrimmage, is a reset. They get a little movement right here on the double team on this side, but they get very, very little when it comes to Belton in the center there. The center does a good job finishing. Again, I like Belton's technique there a little bit more. You can see how he stays parallel to line of scrimmage right there. The center's kind of at an angle. That's not ideal. But they get hats on a hat, and it opens up a big run. All right, let's go one-on-one pass protection. There's Belton right there at right guard. And the play side of this protection is going to be the offensive left. These three guys right here, they're going to take the gap to their left. Left tackle going here, left guard going here, and center going here, which means on the backside, we're one-on-one, 50 one-on-one over there. And Belton one-on-one right here with this three technique. And he's got what I think every three technique loves, and that's a three-way go, right? Talked about it before, but true one-on-one situation here, he can go outside, he can go through, he can go inside. And Belton right here, he's going to handle whatever move this defensive tackle throws at him, and Belton wins. Again, it's not great technique initially, but his footwork and his effort saves the day. Let's check it out. There's a snap. Protection is good enough. Strike down the field. Incomplete pass. All right, let's break down this protection. Watch Belton here. Steps out to the defensive tackle. Defensive tackle immediately goes inside move. Again, that three-way go, so tough. You can see the center working to his left. So Belton's on an island. Watch Belton's reaction. Foot in the ground, run your feet, give the quarterback time. Nicely done. Listen, is he too high? Yeah. Is his punch really powerful? Not really. But is it winning football? You're darn right it is. And that's what the Packers want from Belton. That's what they want from everybody, right? The offensive line's been beat up this year. That's undeniable. And they've been really expecting Belton to try and continue to develop. And he's going to move around and do a lot of different things, right? Credit to him for just hanging in there. And he's a good football player. The technique will improve. The timing will improve. That will take reps and coaching. He'll get there. Number 71 will get there, right? His initial step isn't bad, but see how he opens up that inside foot? Not great. But then he just becomes a football player and just drives his feet and protects his quarterback. Again, Jordan Love, number 10, there's the pocket, right? Winning pass protection. That's what the Packers got against the Detroit Lions. Other side of the football, the Packers' defensive front, they wrecked the Lions' pass protection, and in my opinion, that was the difference. Belton right here doing a great job helping his team come out on top. All right, for the wide copy, get a really good look at 71 right there. Runs him down inside. That's what they teach these offensive linemen, right? If you're one-on-one in the situation and he gives you an inside move, run your feet, bury him down inside, just like we see here. Again, running his feet. One of the things I really like about Belton, and it's a trait I love in offensive linemen and defensive linemen too, if I'm being honest, is running your feet. Don't stop moving your feet. Bad things happen when you stop moving your feet. There's some guys that just like to anchor down and just hunker down and just, get into an arm wrestling match at line of scrimmage. I don't like that. Move your feet, chomp your feet, finish the play, just like we see right here from number 71. All right, I wanted to take a quick break from today's video to talk about something we're excited to offer, and that is weekly giveaways of a lot of high quality stuff. We appreciate our viewers, and that's why we want to give you guys the opportunity to join these weekly giveaways. There's a link in the description box below that takes you right to it. And this week we're talking about a $350 Yeti Tundra cooler like you see on the screen in front of you. Again, just go to the link in the description box below, enter in your email, and you have a chance to win. The drawings will be made every Sunday. You'll be announced whether you won via email, so make sure you check that out. Again, appreciate our viewers. Now let's get back to the video. All right, let's go back to the running game, and there's Belton right there, of course, at right guard for the Green Bay Packers. And we're just going to get another downhill concept. We're going to get a lot of double teams right here, block back there, double team right here, working up to linebacker, block back here. We're going to get the tight end H-back come over here and kick out the in-man line of scrimmage, and the running back's just going to follow him just like this. Now, the key block here is Belton right here on this double team. He's got to dent this defensive tackle inside and then work up to the linebacker. And he does a really good job just staying with it and finishing the play. One of my favorite traits about this young offensive lineman. Let's check it out. There's a snap. There's the handoff. Not a whole lot there. Not well blocked from the Packers. Let's look at Belton right here. Double team. Throws 98 inside. Good job there. But he comes off on the linebacker. Watch him get on 46 and blow him out of the way. And then finish. I like that. That has a chance, guys. This is a chance. If they get one block, if this is, I think, Kennard right here on 34, doesn't whiff totally, right? Let me try and freeze frame it right on the spot. Guys, if they get that block on 34, you just fall right behind this butt right here of this tight end, and you score. The Packers were really close to blowing out the Lions offensively, right? And that's the way it is with the running game sometimes, one or two blocks away. Here it's the heavy tackle Kennard, just can't quite get it done. But Belton, good job on the double team. Center needs to do better here. Taking over number 98. What are you doing, dude? Get over. Cover him up. Don't let him work across your face like you see there. Not great from the center. But Belton, though, again, stays square initially. Nice. Comes off. Runs his feet. And again, finishes the play. I like the finish. I like the effort. Nice job here from number 71. All right, from the wide copy, you can see Belton right there. Get a little movement. Get on the linebacker. Stay with them, and finish. Is it the prettiest play? No. But I mean, Belton, to be totally honest, doesn't play pretty football. He'll get there probably eventually. He'll develop. I have no doubt about that. But he plays with effort. He runs his feet, and that's good to see. Look at the center right here, for example. Is he playing? Is he finishing? Not really. I'm not trying to pick on him. I'm just trying to draw a comparison. How about Kennard, the heavy tackle? Is he finishing? Not really. All right, let's look at Belton. Right guard. Is he finishing? Finishing. Yeah, there it is. Again, the effort goes a long way. Driving your feet, finishing blocks, playing to the echo of the whistle. It's the little things that matter, guys. We've seen it in pass pro. We've seen it in the running game. Nice job here from number 71. All right, let's end on a good stunt pickup here from Belton. You're going to see number 55 for the Detroit Lions lined up right there, and they got a nose guard lined up right here. And 55 is going to initially surge up the field, and Belton's going to take him as he should, but then he's going to loop around. Let me clean up the screen for you guys there. So when he loops around right here, this nose guard who initially worked this way, he's going to come back around. Belton does a good job right here, picking up 55 and then shifting to the nose guard stunting. Nice work from the young guard. Let's check it out. There's a snap. Good protection. Belton picks him up. Has to hit the short throw. Nice hit. Doesn't get the first down. But again, Belton doing good things. Technically, is it perfect? I mean, not really. He's a little high. Look at his feet. See how he's always moving his feet? That's what I love, guys. Chop your feet, move your feet. That is awesome. Puts you in position to play. Plays with a good base most of the time, too. He's really comfortable playing with the wide base. I like to see that. And again, running his feet. It's the finish, guys. Look at the finish here. He's driving 54 across. It's the effort. Right? It's not perfect from Belton. He's got a lot of things to improve on. But he stepped up in a big way for this Packers offensive line. And I'm not saying he's 100%, an all-pro or anything close yet. But he's very quickly becoming a very good guard, a very good offensive lineman, a jack of all trades who can do a lot of different things because he plays with effort and attitude. I think this rookie has a very promising future.